Let's get analysis on what he's just said. We can speak to Sandile Swana, a political analyst. Sandile, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. So, Magashule, again, somewhat going against the very guidelines that were adopted by the ANC's NEC. He says it now has to go to branch level for discussion before there's a final decision on it. What do you have to say to that? Because this has been going back and forth for months now.
Yes. They have made that decision themselves as the NEC. Now, these are very difficult matters because you have politics and political opportunism on the other hand. On the other hand, you have legal disciplinary type activities or principles that can be relatively clear as to what they entail. What I mean by that is that in our law, our constitution is very, very clear that a person is innocent until proven guilty. And the constitution of the African National Congress makes this point as well. And now, politically, we can go back to another case. For instance, the ANC has put us in very difficult positions. As an example, when they recall Thabo Mbeki, they never called us as citizens to come and say our say. It was their decision, they click within the ANC and they removed the president, a bloodless coup d'etat. So use the rules and laws that are at their disposal to change the wishes of the ordinary masses. It can be that the masses out on the ground are still saying, Magashule has not been found guilty of anything. He was in the provincial government of the Free State. He has a right to be suspected by whoever is investigating matters there, and he has a right to answer whatever case. And the prosecutors themselves are going to court knowing that they can win or they can lose. So, but once the matter progresses to political arguments and political opportunism, then it takes a very different complexion, to the point where the ordinary citizens no longer have a say and politicians and their cliques make decisions on our behalf. So there is a certain amount of merit in saying, if we want to remove somebody who is elected from a position, give us a chance as the people who elected that person to have a say.
Yeah. But, I mean, this is, of course, politics, right, for Magashule, because he's even gave a suggestion about the Israeli prime minister who's facing trial and is still in his position as prime minister, because he's ultimately suggesting the same should apply here in South Africa. I get what you're saying about the branches having final say on this, but the branches also agreed that people facing corruption at the last conference should step aside. And now he wants to send it back to the branches to get their opinion. And that's the back and forth I'm talking about, because there seems to be no finality to this decision from the ANC.
There can be no finality. You see, let us remember that these people are not without a clear alternative to what they are doing. The clear alternative is for somebody in the NEC or in a branch to actually lay charges against Magashule and put Magashule through the disciplinary process for bringing the ANC into disrepute. So from where I sit, the resolution itself was actually unnecessary, and it contradicts the existing constitution of the African National Congress and the constitution of the country. So that debate cannot be resolved easily. The branches have got to be asked again to say, really and truly, have you thought about this? Here are the legal opinions on this issue. But a person who's got an urgent concern about Magashule right now, who's a member of the ANC in good standing, can actually charge Magashule and get him removed from office straight away without any further consultation with anybody.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for your insight. Appreciate it. Sandile Swana, a political analyst.